And here's the other thing with Doris. She would much rather eat out of your hand than look at that big pile of cubes right there. And she's going to spill the bucket again. Over 4,000 subscribers. It absolutely blows my mind. Come on. Hey everyone, welcome back to the farm. It's Brad with Batchelder Family Farms, and today we're going to spend some time with the young cow that's become everybody's favorite, our new mama, the little Longhorn, Miss Doris. We're going to go outside of the gate with Doris and kind of see what a day is like in the life of Doris. Stick around. So for those of you that are new to our channel, this little Longhorn here, she'll be 3 in February. She came to us a couple years ago, not quite 2 years old yet. And she came, we got her at the same time we got her buddy over there, Doris. And this year they had this little baby, Royal, who is a heifer calf. She's about 4 months old now. Sorry, buddy, you're gonna stay in while we hang out with Doris for a little bit. Don't worry, Doris, we got some treats for you right here. Just give them Purina cattle cubes. It's just protein, extra protein for them. It's compressed so they can eat it off the ground. Come on, buddy. Come on. All right, I'll give you some more here in a little bit later today when we let Doris back in. So most of the spring and summer, we would let Darth and Doris out, and then when Royal came here, let them out, and then our minis, Rocky and Curly, and let them all out. We took down a bunch of fence, and I let grass and weeds grow really tall, because they're right now on the south side of our property. There's no fence line between us and our neighbors. There's a bunch of woods. Well, about a month ago, Darth ventured over through the tall grass, across the creek, through the woods, and out into a neighborhood that's behind us. So Darth has got them all where they don't just get free roam. He doesn't get free roam. We still let these two, we let Rocky and Curly out to let them roam around and have grass, but Darth has to stay in his pen until we get all this fence up, and then they'll go back to roaming the yard. Before we get going too far, I wanted to just give a huge thank you to everybody that has watched our videos, has given us a thumbs up, subscribed to our channel. As of this video, we're over 4,000 subscribers. It absolutely blows my mind. I took advice from my friend Tyler Epstein. Check out his YouTube channel, Ty's Rise. It's phenomenal. He's got way more subscribers than us, does an outstanding job. If you're into gravel biking or bikes in general, absolute great channel to check out. But when we bought our farm in 2015, he started urging me, hey, you should start recording stuff. And I didn't listen to him until about a year ago. And really the biggest reason we record this stuff is because I want my kids and grandkids to be able to look back and see where our farm came from, how it's grown, and hopefully as it's being passed down family member to family member, they can go back and look at that. And to be able to go from, I don't know if we would have 4 subscribers to over 4,000, it is absolutely mind-blowing. We can't thank you enough. We truly, truly appreciate it. Well, the biggest reason our channel has taken off the last month or so is because of that little red brindle-colored Longhorn up there, Doris, and a video of her that she got stuck in a gate down in a pen she was in. Well, Doris has not been good to pens. Her and Darth were in, there was a pen right over here behind me for a long time, and I had to take it down because we're in the process of trying to raise, let me see if I can find it. I'm not good at this part. All right, we're trying to raise the dirt here up because there's a lot of water runoff, so we took that pen down. So we had to find a new place to put them. Well, the area we chose was a place we had sheep and goats. We knew it was just a temporary pen until we could get our panels out of the bison pastures, which we finally did, and that's where they're at now. But while Doris was down in this pen, she was a terror on this pen. Let me just take you through some of the parts of this pen that she tore up that I haven't had time to fix yet. No board up here. This was Tricky's fault one time, our horse. But after Tricky had knocked that down, guess what? Not too much later, Doris jumped out. Right next to it all of this was stapled up to the board. Doris put her horns in it, pulled it down. Now Rocky and Curly haven't had any problems in this pen. Had these panels up so we could divide Darth and Doris on one side and Rocky and Curly on the other side. And then when we had goats and sheep, that's initially while I was up there. Repaired these panels multiple times. Down, Doris. No board, fence bowed down, Doris. Again, put her horns through, knocked all the staples out, walked through the fence, Doris. This little lean-to I built for our sheep whenever we had our sheep and it's all tore up. This was Darth and Doris. So not completely Doris's fault on this one. All right, so this is the spot. This is the fence where Doris pushed her head through. And biggest complaint I got is, why is this narrow latch so close to the ground? Well, that is a really good question. None of our other fences are like it. We initially put it down there like that because our kids would go in with the sheep and goats all the time and play. And if they weren't able to climb over the fence, they were able to unlatch it and go in and out. Well, when we moved Darth and Doris down there, I knew it was only temporary and that we would be moving them out. So, a mistake, I did not put a chain around the top. Honestly, didn't even think about it until I found Doris down there. Then we chained it until a few weeks later when we got her and Darth moved and their new pen set up. But now it's back to how it is because our kids go in all the time and play with Curly and Rocky down there. And our kids are 3, 6, 8, and 10. So if the 6-year-old wants to go in and play with them, he can unlock that and he can go in and play with them. Well, what is a day in the life of Doris? You're looking at it. If she's not in the pen, if she's outside like she is now, she's roaming around eating grass. If she's in the pen, she's typically over there munching on that bale of hay or sitting in the shade with Darth. Or she's nursing her baby heifer, Royal. But guys, that's it. That is the life of Doris. Now, one thing we do a lot of is our store here on the farm, which this is our store right behind us. It's a barn. We used to live in it for 6.5 years. One thing we do is we take the cubes like you saw earlier and we put buckets out so when people come out, when kids come out, they can go over and feed. So Darth and Doris get treats all day long. Well, not all day long, but as customers come, we try to have treats there ready for them, and that way they're feeding them and interacting with them. Well, I know better than that. I left the bucket on the ground and went to mess with Darth, and guess what? She knocked it over. While we're here, let's take a look at Doris's horns here. These things are long. I haven't put a tape measure on it, but they are extremely long. The people we got her from, her mom was a Longhorn, and her horns are much shorter than this, and then her dad is a Highland bull, and if you know what a Highland looks like, their horns come out a little bit and then kind of straighten out. Well, Doris here, her horns are still growing out. They're going to keep growing. No idea how long, but I tell you what, they are sharp. She got me the other day. She wasn't going after me. She just had them on me and moved and scraped my arm and just didn't feel good. She could really do some damage, but her horns are so long. It is really unbelievable. Well, we can't talk about Doris without talking about baby Royal. Like I said, Doris is the mom. Darth, who is a Highland Dexter Cross bull, is the dad. And she's just over 4 months old. I don't know if you can tell on video or not, but she has really long hair coming out of her ears. She'll let Sawyer feed her out of her hand, but she won't let me yet. That's all right. But she's a heifer. She's going to stay here. Royal's not leaving the property. Eventually, when she's old enough, when she's about 2, we'll put her in with our little mini Highland bull, Curly, and hopefully have cute little miniature calves. She's trying to get in there and get some cubes from Darth. Let's see if she'll let me feed her. Come here. believe it or not, Royal actually spends a lot of time with her dad, eating and drinking and that kind of stuff. I mean, of course, when she's hungry, she goes to Mama, but when there's cubes out and there's feed or hay or anything like that, like they're always next to each other over at the hay pile eating. I'm gonna leave Doris out for a while, let her graze for a few hours. It's just, even though we've got hay in there, it's good for them to get good green grass. It's just, that's what they're designed to eat. And just try to let her have as much of this grass as we can, and then I don't have to mow that much more. Getting a little later in the evening, so going to put Doris up. So here in a little bit, we can let Tricky and the donkeys out. And this is where it comes hard, letting her out and just roaming the yard. She's over here, which is fine, eating grass. There's Tricky's pen. There's where she has to go. So she's either walked all the way around in the tall grass, or she came around the barn and just been eating grass. Now we got to try to get her back into her pen. Well, I've tried and tried. She's not following the cubes. It happens sometimes. Usually don't try to force her in, but Sawyer's got a softball game, so I was coming out to try to do it before then, so I didn't have to do it at dark. But whenever I come back from the game, I'm going to guess she's going to be standing really close to this pen. We'll close the gate on our driveway, and she'll just get some extra time out on the green grass today. Well, this actually happens quite a bit. We're home after dark, and we get to see if we can track down Doris in the dark. She's usually pretty good at coming back to the pen, so hopefully she cooperates this time. Let's go find her. And there she is. Scratching her head on our bale spike. Come on, Doris. Come here, girl. Come on. Come on. Oh. Got motion lights back up here where Tricky and the donkeys are, so I just flip the switch on and they come on. It's really nice if we need to do anything at night. Doris, come on, girl. Come on. Come on. Come on. Well, come on. Now, I did get Royal in, and she's in here. Got her in before I realized I wasn't going to be able to get Doris in, and here she comes. Come on. Come on, girl. Come on. There you go. Good girl. All right, she's in. Out a little longer than she usually is, but I don't know, a couple times a week she gets stubborn and doesn't come in like that. You guys know what time it is, don't you? Huh? Now it's your turn. Come on, sugar. Let the boys go, huh? Let them go first. Well, thanks for following along. Hope you enjoyed being outside the gates with us here at Batchelder Family Farms and Doris today. You know, she enjoyed it. Thank you again for all of you that have been our subscribers or new subscribers. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell. Hope you enjoy following the story of our family farm. Hope you all stay well, and we'll see you back here real soon. Right, Doris?